Hey guys, what's up? It's your author, Alex Dry, and I am back with another entry of the Dry Diaries. Today I have one of my good friends, Deb.
Hi! I'm so excited.
She is one of the funniest people I know. She's
Thank you.
also from Texas,
Yes.
which is crazy because we grew up 30 minutes away from each other. Yeah, and we
So
met in
crazy.
Los Angeles.
I don't know, but it's just crazy how the world works.
I know.
You like meet friends and they're like, oh wait, now you live like 20 minutes from, or your parents live like 20 minutes from my parent. Now I have more friends in Texas.
I
and
know.
Here.
I was in Texas last year for my birthday, and all my friends are married with kids, just not going out style anymore.
Yeah.
And so Deb was, yeah, I'll come. So
was
she came
just
out
so
with my
much fun.
family, and it was so much fun. So yeah, we have to do it again. Are you going home for the holidays?
Yeah. Your brother actually sent me a picture of that night.
Oh my
He's
gosh,
like, this
love.
is so funny.
That's so funny. So to open it up, we do a little diary confessions.
Cute.
It's just so everyone can get to know you a little bit more.
Okay.
We'll get into it. What's the craziest hangover food you've ever ordered?
Ooh.
Or your go-to hangover food?
I obviously like Taco Bell, Chipotle. There was a phase in my life where my roommate and I would always get pad thai.
Okay.
It was so good. But the craziest thing I ever did was I literally was so hungover, could barely move, and I had rice in my fridge, and I literally just poured marinara sauce on it.
But you heated it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, why am I eating? I thought it was going to be like noodles. It was not good. Rice and marinara sauce.
Oh
not
my gosh.
great.
Yeah. Ew. What's the weirdest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
Oh, it's a tough one. It's not really a rumor, but every season of Love Island, there was one white guy that everybody says, Deb, this is your twin. It's always a boy.
Really?
Like literally season 5 was Bergie.
Okay.
Season 6 was Aaron. And I was like, you guys, I don't look like these men. Like,
No.
why can't you tell me I look gorgeous like Leah or Liv or Kayla, you know? Just like, I don't want to look like the boys.
Oh my God. I could see Bergie, because not like that you guys look alike, but your personalities are just very goofy.
To be fair, Bergie looks a lot like my brother. I could see where people got that. And they
Okay.
have very similar mannerisms. The way that they both flip their hair, I'm like, this is weird. I met him once in Dallas because Taylor lives in Dallas. So he was visiting her, so I met them for happy hour.
Oh, cute.
And they're both so sweet.
Do you believe that there's any truth to the idea that the government's hiding information about aliens?
Absolutely. I feel like there's definitely aliens somewhere. Even if it's not like a little green person, like technically a leaf outside of Earth is life.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that technically be an alien? But didn't the government release something that they did know stuff?
Yeah, they did.
It's so crazy. And then I went down this TikTok hole about plasmas floating around. I couldn't really tell you what they are, but
Yeah,
they were
like-
saying that it's some form of energy that could be alien-like or something,
Or
maybe?
some sort of life form.
That's crazy. And the fact
Yeah.
that we've never been outside of our galaxy
Yeah.
blows my mind with how big our galaxy is.
I could go
It's
down
so
a rabbit hole.
fascinating.
But
Yeah.
like even like the fact that the whole going to the moon thing,
Yeah.
I'm like, did we go to the moon?
I
Have
think
we
we
explored
did.
the moon? You do.
Yes, well, because my grandpa was a part of the whole operation in NASA and built like the batteries or something to put the first man on the moon. So
Okay.
we're very strong believers in my family that it happened.
Okay. Have you talked to him about it?
Well, he died, but
Oh.
he literally, I
R.I.P..
think, I know, R.I.P. Bill Chubb, the first. But I think, I really feel like we really did. But it is kind of crazy to me why we haven't gone to the bottom of the ocean.
I could go on a
Yeah.
tangent about the ocean. I watched a documentary, this was years ago, and it was about mermaids.
Mermaids are crazy.
I think that there are mermaids. Obviously, it's not Ariel
Yeah.
on a rock.
There's sirens. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They make the weird noises.
Yeah.
I saw the TikTok on
Yeah,
it.
and the sailors are like, they were calling me into the ocean.
Yes.
Like, I think that's real.
That's so crazy.
Because I also think that they're probably smart to avoid ships and stuff. And there's not like there's that many people down at the bottom of the sea. They don't have to hide very hard.
And there's so much, I honestly don't know the percentage, but we haven't even discovered 60% of the ocean.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy. I really want them to capture a mermaid and do a study on it.
I almost believe there's mermaids more so than actual people in space. Because I was also literally had this conversation with my dad the other day, and we were talking about how it's much easier, or would be easier, to live underwater than in space. If we were gonna have a civilization that wasn't on Earth anymore, it would be underwater. So I'm like, why have we not explored that option? Could we all be SpongeBob?
Oh my gosh. I would be Sandy.
You'd be Sandy for sure. The Texas girl. I'd be Patrick.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you did?
Probably something stupid like a prank or something that I did that went too far. I don't think they would they would think that I did anything bad. It'd be something like I was flirting with the cop and he took it too serious.
Yeah. Or you're out one night and you and your friends were just frolicking, running down the road. And
climbing a stoplight or something stupid.
Yeah. Or I feel I just kind of thought about this, but if I could do something, it'd be so fun to climb up on a billboard and write my name on the billboard.
Wait, that would be iconic. Should we do it? Now everyone's going to know it's us.
Right.
Or climb the Hollywood sign. What's that movie where I think it's No Strings Attached or Friends with Benefits. The one with Justin Timberlake.
Yes, and
where he
go
gets
to the Hollywood
he's
sign.
frozen because he gets scared and the helicopter has to rescue him.
Oh my gosh.
I love that movie.
Okay, if you could ask your pet or animal one question, what would it be?
Do you like me? I'm literally here holding you captive. Like, you better like me.
Like, do you even love me?
Wait, do you actually like me? Do you want to go somewhere else? What kind of food can I get you?
I really wish pets could talk.
I know.
If my dog could talk, it'd be amazing.
I feel like, though, they might annoy me.
Yeah,
it's like kind of nice that they don't talk. Yeah.
So,
That's a good point. Then it would be like a kid. I wouldn't shut up.
Which
be like, good food.
Loving cuddles.
Yeah.
If you could only communicate on a first date using memes, what would you use?
Boom! The Costco guys. No, but do you know the SNL baby hands? The Kristen Wiig has these baby hands and she's always like flirting with them. Like, that would literally be me.
That would be you. Are there any conspiracy theories about celebrities or famous people you think might be true?
Oh my God. Have you heard about Tom Cruise and the fish?
No.
I went down this rabbit hole.
What?
That Tom Cruise has sex with fish. Like, goes to a fish market and gets like a specific fish and then will go in the bathroom or something and have sex with it. And then workers have found like fish in the trash can.
No.
Yeah. I mean, who knows if it's true, but also there was a Simpsons episode about it.
No way.
Like alluding to it, which obviously makes it true.
Yeah.
And there was another show, like, I want to say it was like The Boys or some like scripted show that kind of made a reference to it also. So I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, if the Simpsons say it, then
they've been right about everything,
I
right?
know. I think the author or the writer of The Simpsons is a time traveler. Yeah.
I haven't heard of that.
Well, that's my whole conspiracy that I think.
How does he know?
Yeah, because how does he know all these things? There's no way that you can predict things so far.
Yeah.
And it not be true.
It's crazy.
So, crazy.
No, that's a good point.
What do you think about the Diddy?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like everybody always knows that Hollywood is like a weird place, you know? Like, there's so many child actors and everyone that like with the patterns of like mental health afterwards when they grow up and like drug abuse and everything, you know that there's not like great things going on probably, or if it's just exposure to fame or just fame in general. But so it just doesn't surprise me that something like this was happening. And I think we kind of had like a prequel almost to it with Epstein and all of that. So we knew it was happening, and now it's just on such a bigger scale. It's just crazy to me.
They're releasing the list.
Really?
Of everyone that was involved with them. Yeah.
Oh.
Because he recorded everything. Well, this is supposedly. They recorded everything that went on, so he had like a vault of video. The FBI went in and they took the videos and then they started reviewing it.
Oh.
And one media site, I can't remember which one it was, but they came out and said that they had gotten hold of some of the videos and reviewed them. So they knew some of the people involved, which is crazy.
That's wild. Yeah, I remember that lawyer that said he had 125 clients or something was like, if we released the list, it would be overwhelming to the public. Like,
wow.
But I'm like, release it. Like, I think we'll all be fine. Like,
yeah, we'll all be fine.
We want to know.
At this point, also, what are we going to do about it?
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And also, have you heard about the underground Starbucks in LA?
Yes!
Yes.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't think it's true because I feel like I've seen celebrities in traffic. I also feel like we would hear about it. We both have met celebrities before.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're going to be like, hey, want to go get a Starbucks with me and take us underground?
I don't know. They might, or at least someone we know who knows someone who knows someone would have gone, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I definitely think that there are underground roads, though.
I believe it. I mean, I just learned that Seattle is built on top of a whole world, a town or something.
I saw that too.
I'm so glad we're on the same side of TikTok.
We literally, our algorithm is the same.
Thank God. No one ever knows what I'm talking about.
I need to start sending you all my stuff because I send it to some of my friends and they're just not into it. And they're like, you're crazy.
No,
like,
I love everything.
So.
I very believe that there's something with everybody thanking Beyonce.
Oh.
I don't know if I don't think the Pew is true, but I think there's like a little bit of, there's something there. Like, why does everybody thank her?
I know.
She is a great singer.
I don't get it.
Unless she's like a producer under a ghost name or something. I don't know. I'm like, why?
JoJo Siwa, your
bestie. I had FaceTimed her.
Stop.
Wait, okay. This is actually so funny. So we were in line to go into this Halloween party as I was dressed as JoJo.
Yeah, your costume was epic.
Oh my God. I literally didn't think it would like actually turn out that good. I didn't think anybody would know who I was. It's like my ugly girl costume night.
Right.
And so many people were like, oh my God, JoJo, and I was like, dream guest on my podcast. So there was like a couple people in line that were like taking videos of me. And this girl was like, oh, FaceTime my best friend. And I was like, okay. And I was like, come as a bitch, dream guest on my podcast. And while I was FaceTiming her, I was just like, saying the lines that I knew. But I was like, this person kind of looks like JoJo. But I was like, you know, they were like in a club. So it was like, it was just a blonde person. And then the girl was like, no, like that was JoJo. And I was like, wait, what? She was like, I'm one of her dancers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so literally she like sent a video to her. So like JoJo knew about my costume, but she didn't accept my collaboration request on the post, which is like rude. I was going to dress up the next day as JoJo at Disneyland for her 21st birthday.
Oh my gosh.
But then I was like, I think JoJo might think I'm in love with her.
Also, tell me about why JoJo and Tyler Cameron are best friends.
I don't know.
That's like the weirdest friendship to me.
But they were on Special Forces together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that would make sense. I just feel like you form these bonds on reality TV shows with people. So that would make sense. But yeah, maybe they just clicked.
I love.
He has a new girlfriend. I'm really sad about it.
I know.
I'm really sad about it.
I was really sad too. I sent it to my brother and he was like, that's not his girlfriend. That's his best friend. I'm like, Dalton, they're in bed together.
No, I think Tyler, I think they both have hard posted now.
Yeah. So
sad.
Our chances are over.
It's just because he didn't meet us, you know? Like that would have changed everything. But
I know.
All we can do is be happy for them, I guess.
It's okay.
She seems like a cool girl.
Yeah, she
seems like cute and normal.
It looks like they have fun. So
yeah, that's what matters.
Love.
We just want our boyfriend to be happy.
Yeah. What is a dating ick that would make you walk away immediately?
Ooh, if someone's mean to a waiter or waitress, I cannot stand that. Just disrespect in general or poor manners. Or if they were to say something to me like sexual, that's just like not the time or place. I'd be like, you're gross, good luck, bye.
It's the over gross compliments where this isn't even nice. It's just weird.
It's degrading.
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta, no.
Reel it in.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen somebody about past life stuff?
No. That stuff scares me.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to know.
Have you seen like a psychic or anything?
No. I mean, I grew up very Christian, so that's like a thing that you're like not supposed to do. But I don't think I want to know. I kind of like living in my world of delusion. Nice.
But I feel like your past life would be so funny to find out.
I know.
I don't even know what you would be. I'm trying to think.
I wonder if I'd probably be like a dolphin. Or a baby, duh.
I feel like you're some huge comedic star.
That's gonna be my future self.
Yeah, future self. Okay.
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball. So now we're gonna turn the page and kind of get into Love Island.
My favorite topic.
Love. So what was the audition process like and how'd you get on the show?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I So for I was on season 4. Season 3, I remember that I was just like scrolling on Instagram and I saw somebody had posted the application. And I literally was just like laying in bed and filled it out. Didn't think anything of it.
Were you in LA at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think this was after COVID, so I might have filled out the application like while, because I was in Texas during COVID for like 6 months. But
same. I wish I would have known that you were
I know.
there.
Oh my gosh, we would have had so much fun.
I know.
'Cause Texas was open. I literally was like living in Dallas in my friend's condo. We were like going out all the time. It was so nice. And LA was just shut down completely. But anyways, and so then like they reached out to me and I was shocked because I was like, didn't think anything would happen. And I made it through the whole casting process, and it started literally in November, and then each month there was maybe like one step up until March, April, May, June probably. It was such a long process, and you're just like waiting and hoping, and but they don't really tell you anything. And long story short, they told me like, okay, you're probably gonna get on, pack your bags. And so I was like, okay. So I was ready, and then I literally heard nothing. Just went completely ghost. I reached back out and I was like, can I go to Miami for my friend's birthday party? And the person was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And so I was like, okay, it's not going to happen. So then the next summer, I literally, at that point, I was like, you know what? It's not going to happen. It wasn't meant to be, whatever. So the next summer, I was talking to this guy and I really liked him. And then he ghosted me. And I was like, screw him. So I reached out to the same casting person and I was like, I just got ghosted. I want to try again. So I tried again. Made it all the way through the casting process again, and then found out that I was going on. It's crazy. Like, you have to do a psych test. You have to get your blood drawn. You have to do, like, medical tests and stuff. They do STD testing, and then when you get there, they also test you again. But if you have, like, I think you can still be on the show if, like, you have STDs. Like, because, like, herpes is for life, right? So I think if you, like, were to have herpes, as long as you're on meds, it's fine. I think they just have to be aware.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, I know. Fun little fact.
Fun little fact.
And I'm sure that, like, I think anything, if it's just suppressed.
Well, one of my biggest questions is, how do you pack, or how did you pack, and how many suitcases can you bring?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought, so they tell you to pack for 6 weeks because that's how long you could potentially be in the villa. So I literally tried to bring 6 weeks worth of swimsuits, 6 weeks worth of PJs, like nighttime clothes. It was a lot. And it's like, you don't own that many clothes, you know?
Yeah, you have to like buy clothes.
Yeah, so I bought a lot. Shout out to Shein. Literally bought so much on there. And then the same goes for makeup, because if you want like 2 foundations, like if you were to go through your foundation fast, or like mascara, shampoo, dry shampoo.
Oh my gosh.
What
about did you have extensions?
Yeah, so my extensions kept falling out and my mom had to mail them to me, like, because it became such an issue that the producers literally had to text my mom and be like, can you get her some more extensions? So they mailed some to me, but thank God we were in Santa Barbara, because my season was filmed in Santa Barbara and we could Amazon things if we needed.
Oh, that's so nice.
The producers just had our card on file, so like I ran out of dry shampoo, and so we got that. Everybody had the Sol de Janeiro spray, so we all like ordered that because we were just using one person's. Press-on nails. But in Fiji,
you can't get your nails done.
Yeah, in Fiji they don't have Amazon, or like won't get to them in time because customs is crazy and everything. So when I went on games, I literally brought like 4 things of dry shampoo, stocked up. I still haven't gone through my stockpile of everything that I bought.
Wait, so you can have unlimited suitcases?
Oh, so you can have 4 suitcases, 2 check bags, 2 carry-ons. I actually think you can have more if you want, but that's what they'll pay for. But when you go in the villa, you can only, right before you go in, they'll give you the white suitcase with your name. Mm-hmm. And so you pack that, and then you can bring 1 other bag into the villa. But you can leave stuff in your room, and they can like bring stuff to you if you want, so they can like cycle things out.
That's still kind of hard. How do you remember even what you packed?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can share everything. Like makeup.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything. Is it scripted?
No, it really isn't. It's crazy to me that people think that, because if reality TV was scripted, everyone deserves an Oscar. Right. Like, because the drama is so good. Yeah. It's not scripted. It's more like
staged.
Not even staged. Like, they'll just kind of be like, oh, you'll have a natural conversation. So, like, let's say, like, you and I were talking about the guy that you were with. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, oh, we liked that conversation. Can you talk about it again? Like, or have a similar conversation on the blue couch. Like, so they'll kind of just tell you to like the premise of what they want to hear and or you to talk about. But then it's like everything you say and reactions and drama, all of that is real.
Is real.
Yeah.
So Rob going under the rock and having the breakdown moment.
I heard that he genuinely didn't think the cameras would be able to see him under there.
Oh my god.
So like that's why he did it. He just felt like, I don't know if this was, it might have been like a TikTok or something, but he was just trying to get away and there was just people everywhere that it was just like the most logical thing to do would be to
hide in the rock.
Just like take a breath. Which I guess I get, but also, like, why would you not go to the bathroom? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but...
It's kind of like the whole Bachelor thing when Colton hopped the fence and ran.
Yeah, I feel like there's
like...
just times where you just feel so overstimulated, and you're obviously in such a high pressure environment, emotions are running high, so you're obviously not in, like, your normal self kind of thing. But honestly... I'm so glad he did that because it was absolutely iconic.
Yeah.
I feel like if you feel trapped, it's only the logical thing to do, right?
Are you friends with him?
No, I actually have never met him. And
He's so interesting to me.
He is. I DM everyone when they get off the show just to be like, hey, good job. Like, you crushed it. Let me know if you need help or anything. He didn't respond. But also, I'm sure they were getting, I can't even imagine how many messages.
Yeah.
He is kind of an anomaly. But I feel like we would get along.
He's very, like, country. Boy,
Yeah.
The snake thing, to be honest, I'm not a snake person.
Yeah, I don't love them, but I would try in support of my friend.
What were the highlights of Love Island on your season?
I loved on my season the things that ended up being the unseen bits episodes. They would be like, Deb, do you want to do something today? And it was our off day. And I'd be like, okay. So I kind of literally got to plan something and everybody, because there really wasn't much going on, like wanted to participate. So that's when I did like the sound bath with the pots and pans, the obstacle course.
Okay.
Because I remember one night we were just, I feel like, I don't know what was going on, but I was in a hyper mood and was jumping from like beanbag to beanbag, and then everybody started doing it. And then the next day they were like, Deb, you should set up an obstacle course for everyone to do with like stuff around the villa. And I was like, okay. And then come to find out that's what they used for the Unseen Bits episodes. But that was really fun.
It was the floor is lava thing?
Yeah. And then I think just like the whole experience, because I've always been a fan of the show. Walking into the villa, I will never forget, was like the coolest experience of my life. Like seeing it for the first time and being like, this is real life. I'm not watching this on TV was crazy. And then obviously like meeting everybody and going through all that.
Have you hooked up with anyone on the show?
I actually haven't.
Who were you coupled up with?
I was with Jesse.
Jesse. Okay.
Yeah.
UPS boy.
Yes. And we like dated for a little bit after, but then it just didn't work out. We were just too similar, like relationship wise. Like we both weren't very like PDA. We both weren't very emotional. And so like I realized, I actually learned so much from that relationship that I need somebody the opposite of me to bring that out of me. Because I know it's in there, but it's like if nobody's helping it, it's just gonna.
It's gonna hermit.
So we just ended up like being besties. But
how long did you guys date after the show?
I think we broke up like right after Halloween.
Oh.
I think like maybe 2 or 3 months. Not that long. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Do you guys still talk?
No. I literally, after we broke up, I've not heard from him since. I mean, no bad blood on my end, but.
Yeah. Who are some of your best friends from the shows? Well, I guess it's like seasons.
Yeah. Well, I talk to Maddie, Sydney, Courtney every day. I'm close with Zeta, Tina from Australia. I love Tina. We literally became best friends. Jared. Who else? I see Bryce and Kat a lot just because, like, it's nice that everybody's in LA. So, like, I'll see Cinco, Johnny, Carrington, Ray. Like, whenever there's events, they're always there. So it's kind of nice that everyone's pretty central. And we have our little, like, community, which is cool. And we've met people from other shows, which is also nice.
Are you friends with Leah?
I
Taylor,
met Janae in Dallas. Janae, Kenny, and Kendall.
Yeah.
We all went out one night, which was so fun. I loved them.
Dalton went to school with Kendall.
Oh, TCU.
Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
But I haven't met Leah or Serena. I've like DM'd them. Kayla and Liv, I haven't met either, but we've also DM'd.
They're super cute. I feel like you would be good friends with them.
Yeah.
And like Olivia's me. Her personality is just like mine.
Yeah.
Super like blunt, straightforward. I loved it.
That's what I loved about her on the show is
Yeah.
she did not take shit from anyone and she stood up for her friends. Like,
Yeah.
And when there's people online saying that she wasn't a girl's girl, I was like, what are you talking about?
I think she was such a girl's girl.
She literally had the girls back, like, all
through and through.
Yeah.
Except that there's one little moment, which also that's another thing. You don't see everything that happens
exactly.
on the show. Like it's obviously edited, clipped,
because they're
whatever.
filmed for 24 hours. That's a lot of footage to go through.
So are they always filming you guys? There's never breaks?
No, I mean, during lunch and dinner, you're separated from the boys and you're not, and there's like a producer with you and you're not allowed to talk about anything relating to the show. So if we would like get talking about something, one of the producers would be like, well, what's your guys' favorite type of makeup? What's your favorite song right now? Like we'd have to talk about anything other than the show. So I guess that was kind of nice just to take a step back. But then at the same time, like, I mean, you could like talk like for a second, but then they'll like split you up. Like,
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
So you literally can't communicate with the boys or interact with them unless it's being filmed.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you guys drink, especially for the striptease?
I think so. For the striptease, I think you would get like maybe a bigger pour of wine.
Okay.
But you really don't ever get drunk, which is sad. We sometimes would like try not to eat that much dinner and be like, oh, we're gonna get like try to get tipsy tonight, but it's not even possible. It's like takes the edge off. But
It's not gonna do anything.
Like you'll max get maybe like 3 cups of wine, but I swear they know the nights that they're gonna give you 3 glasses of wine, and they like are smaller pours.
So some nights it was 3
Some
cups,
nights it'll just
and then usually it was what, 2?
1 or 2, yeah.
Okay.
But it was nice at least like the longer nights. Like if there was a recoupling and then they wanted us to talk about the recoupling after, sometimes after the recoupling we would get like another glass of wine to like kind of pump us up. So we got well taken care of.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
It's not like they were starving you.
no,
or
like we did get our wine, but it was nice sometimes when we'd only get 1 glass of wine, it would be like a shorter night. So it's like you kind of like figure out this formula. There'd be times when we'd have to sit in the dressing room and they'd be like, oh, you can't leave right now. Well, especially so the bathroom was through the bedroom, and to get to the bedroom, you had to walk through the villa. And they'd be like, no, you can't go out right now. They're doing drone shots. And for some reason in our head, we always thought when they were doing drone shots, it meant there was a recoupling. And they're like, no, they just need B-roll. But like we would try to think of anything to like figure out what was going on.
Okay, if you could go on a date with one person from Love Island, who would it be? Can be any season.
That is a tough question. I feel like I've met a lot of people. I think one of the UK guys probably. Maybe
It's the accent.
it is the accent. I'm a sucker for an accent.
Same.
I don't know. I really always wanted to meet Casey from the UK just because I feel like he and I would get along really well.
Which one was Casey?
He's the one that was best friends with Tom. I guess he still is best friends with Tom. Tom and Casey.
Was he on this last season?
No, I think a couple seasons ago.
Oh, okay. It's also hard because you don't want to say someone who's in a relationship now.
Yeah. I've also wanted to meet Connor from this past
Oh my
season.
gosh, I think he's so cute.
I think he's so cute. He's literally my type to a T.
Same. We have the same type,
Yeah,
I
we
think.
do. Good thing it's never got in the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think he's really cute. But
And he seems so sweet.
he seems so sweet, like seems family oriented. Just,
Where is he from?
I don't know, but he lives in Venice.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Why don't you DM him?
I have, and we were going to go on a walk and get coffee, but it hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there something that viewers don't see that they should know or they would want to know about Love Island?
I think pretty much everything is shown because it airs so many days a week and it's filmed all the time. But what was crazy to me and what I was so upset about was on Love Island Games, how the finalists had the mega duel.
Okay.
There originally was 3 challenges in the mega duel, and it was all of the kind of a mixture of all of the duels that had happened during the season. So the challenges were like a human tug of war, the jousting,
Yes.
and then the running across to get the weighted bags of money or whatever. So we did the human tug of war, and it was me and Callum, Johnny and Aurelia, and Jack and Justine. And they had said that they had tested it and it was fine. So we all were chained together, like wrapped around our stomachs, and you had to pull and ring a bell. And the first person to get 3 bell rings, the first couple, was the winner of that duel. And the winner of the first duel would get a time advantage for the second duel, which was the jousting. There was supposed to be a couple eliminated from that.
Okay.
Everybody was wanting to win, obviously, because we were all just competitive in nature, and like obviously there was a money prize. What they didn't know was that we all, I think, ended up kind of weighing the same together. Each person pulling, like Callum and I would pull, but then it would pull like Johnny and Aurelia and Jack and Justine. So it would become kind of like a deadlock. We were in a deadlock for 38 minutes.
Just pulling.
Chains around our body, clawing on the ground.
Did you have bruises?
I had never been in so much pain in my life.
Oh my
During
gosh.
it and the next day. I was so sore. And I also felt so bad for Callum and Johnny and Jack because they had been there from day one. And so they had gone through all of the challenges. They were already all injured. Callum and I were thinking, we're like, okay, Jack's injured. We got this. Because like Jack and Justine were kind of like our biggest competition on that one. And it just, we all were so determined. We were in a deadlock. And I had no idea I was so strong.
I literally was thinking that whenever you went on it. I was like, I feel Deb works out all the time. This is perfect for her because you're so tiny, but you're also strong and compact.
I'm like dense, but and I think and it like ended up helping me in that one. But I like it really like surprised me and I impressed myself that I like was able to had the stamina and could keep up because like we were pulling literally 4 people. Like it was crazy. And so they basically were like, you know what? You've been in a deadlock. Everyone's in pain. Everyone's toenails were falling off.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone was like, it was wild. I will never get out of my head the sound of Johnny like being like, like I think Aurelia was like crying. It was crazy.
Were some of the girls, I'm over it, I'm done for? Or were they?
The 3 of us at the end were like very into it. But I think some of the girls that had gotten eliminated probably were just like, I'm glad that I'm not having to do this. But when it aired, they cut that whole challenge out. So the mega duel ended.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't show any of it. And I feel like it showed so much of everyone working together as a couple. Like the communication that we had, like Callum and I would be like, okay, take a break. Pull, take a break, pull. And we'd be like, okay, they're lacking. Now we have to pull. Like, I just feel like it showed so much of the couples and they didn't show it. And it was so upsetting because we also worked so hard.
Like, and I just injured my whole body.
Yeah. And then, so what they did show was the jousting portion. And that was just like, everyone was already dead.
Is that when they were hitting each other?
Everyone was already tired. And I feel like there wasn't like a lot of context as to why like people weren't like putting up like a huge fight on that. Also, we were on a balance beam and we were near the ocean. So the beam was humid. It was wet a little bit.
And it was probably windy. Or not really?
Not really. Not like enough. Yeah, it was crazy. We end the mega duel. It literally we filmed all night until like 3 p.m. the next day. We went back to our hotel for a little bit because Jack had to go to the hospital. And then we all went back and finished. Yeah, something happened. But or he like passed out. It was it was so intense.
Did you guys carry on the competition if someone won after the fact that you guys were filming? Was it I beat you or anything like that? Or
I think it was all like I think everyone was just kind of happy to be over because
done with.
I remember like Callum was fried. His shoulder was like dislocated. It was everyone who had been there from day one, which was Justine, Johnny, Jack, Callum, they were just done for. Like,
wait, did you guys date? You and Callum?
No.
He's cute. I feel like he'd be cute for you.
Yeah, we got along really well. I really liked him, but no, it didn't work out. I went to Australia and
You did?
Yeah.
Is he in Australia or London?
He's in Australia, but he's Welsh, but he lives in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, he like ghosted me when I got to Australia. Yeah. And then literally my last day, he was like, do you want to get frozen yogurt? And I was like...
And how'd it go?
it was fine. It was good to catch up. And then, of course, he was saying stupid things like, man, I wish I would have seen you earlier.
You're like, no, you missed your chance. I've been here for a week.
I'm like, where were you when we planned to go to this music festival together?
Oh.
Like a month ago or 2 months ago, whenever we had planned it all. But I called him out on After Sun this season, which was so iconic. He had no idea I was there.
He didn't know that you're going to do that. No. He really didn't even know you were there.
He had no idea because that day he got in Fiji, it was the day before in LA. I was getting on a flight taking a red eye that night. So he had FaceTimed me and was like, I'm going on like After Sun, what's going on in the season? Like, give me a summary. And I was like, just watch the episodes. Like,
yeah, just watch the show.
I was like, there's not that much to catch up on at that point. I was like, just watch it. And he was like, okay, fine. But I was in my kitchen. So he had no idea that I was about to get on a flight that night and see him.
My gosh.
I literally landed in Fiji and that night was when After Sun happened. It was incredible. Like, totally caught him off guard. I loved it.
Okay, diving into this last season of Love Island, because you did the After Sun for it. Also, are you friends with Ariana?
Yes.
She's so cute.
I love her. She's literally the nicest, most down-to-earth person. I love her. And I feel like she's such a good host. She, I feel, is one of the main reasons this season blew up.
Her outfits, I was like, perfect.
So I had asked her about it, and I guess, I don't know if this was like secret information. I don't think it is, but her stylist is one of her friends who I don't think is really a stylist anymore.
Yeah.
But she asked her to do it this season. And I was like, she
killed it.
She crushed it. She looked amazing.
Amazing. Like her hair, her body.
Ugh. Everything. Like 10 out of 10. Perfection.
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yeah.
Got her in great shape.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Who are your favorites from this last season?
I feel like I just loved all the girls this season.
All the girls.
I loved the sisterhood, whether it was like PPG or Kayla and Liv or all of them together. I just loved the friendship and how they all, I feel like we had a lot of girl power this year, which was nice. Like nobody was really letting the guys get away with anything.
And everyone was just so addicted to Love Island this year.
Yeah. Oh my God,
it blew up.
It blew up.
It
finally,
crazy.
It's finally getting the love it deserves. It's so good.
Do people reach out to you now because they all went and watched it back?
A couple people. I'm glad that the show is getting the recognition it deserves, but it's like, it's just crazy how big this specific season was. But also at the same time, I'm kind of grateful that our season didn't blow up like that because looking back, I would not have been prepared. I would not, like, I think it would have been extremely overwhelming because it already was. I can only imagine what I've watched them, like, they came off the show, they literally were like doing press and then in New York and then in Vegas and then in LA and then back to New York. I was like, have you guys slept yet? Because I got home and slept for 2 weeks. I was so exhausted.
What did you think of Kayla and Aaron?
I'm so glad. I understand how she was feeling in the villa because you obviously like don't know really any different. You're kind of just like listening to the opinions of those around you, but also you kind of want to see it through and maybe see how it works on the outside. So I don't fault her for sticking with him on the inside. I wish she would have made him work a little bit harder, like how Serena did with Cordell. But I'm so glad that once she got out and she saw some of his true colors, that she stuck to her guns and just, they didn't continue. But
at the reunion, what she did was iconic. I was like,
I do feel like, I don't want to say I feel bad for him, but I don't
feel
think
bad for him a little bit too.
I don't think he's deserving all the hate he was getting. Hopefully it's calming down, but like at the same time, like the audience has to remember that like these are real people, and he's learning as he's going as well, you know? Yeah. He probably learned a lot from this whole experience, and I think Rob also helped him I think he struggled with taking accountability because that would have made a huge difference in his actions, like being able, like just admitting it and being like, I fucked up. But yeah, it was a learning experience for everyone.
For everyone.
It is. I mean, it was for me.
With Love Island, there's obviously like Casa Amor. That's when Rob and Aaron had their little moments on the show. Is there anything about Casa Amor that's just we need to know or we wouldn't really know from watching the show?
I don't know if there's anything that you wouldn't know from watching the show, but just being in it is so weird. Yeah. All of a sudden you wake up, the boys aren't there, and you've become so close to them, but then you're with these other boys, and you become close to them. It feels like the new. And then the boys come back, and you're like, It's just such a mind fuck. It's crazy. But it is, I mean...
It almost feels like you're cheating in a weird way, but you're not because you haven't even been with these people for that long.
It's the weirdest concept. But then I feel like in like Love Island world, there's like rules, you know? There's levels of like respect and how things should be maneuvered and stuff. But then for somebody who I feel like is going into it blind, who's never really watched a show, how are they supposed to know? At the same time, you are supposed to entertain different connections and see which is the best connection and date other people. I don't know. It's just like the weirdest thing.
And for the girls that go into Casa more, I kind of feel bad for them.
I feel bad because I feel like the audience gives them a hard time, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to go in there and test these people's relationships. It just kind of, the timing kind of sucks, but...
Right.
There's also been like some iconic people that have come out of Casa more. I mean, like, Taylor was in Casa, Taylor and Bergie. It's not always it's not a bad thing. I just think I just hate sometimes how the audience reacts to it.
I think it's just crazy because it goes back to the real world. You meet a guy.
Yeah, in the real world, you would be dating multiple people until you're like actually dating someone.
You meet a guy, you go on a couple dates with him, and then you're out the next weekend. You meet someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe you go on a couple dates with him. It's a normal thing in the world. But then I think that the audience falls in love with like couples so easily. And so then it's almost like, oh my gosh, you're cheating on this person.
Yeah.
But really, they're just getting to know someone else.
Exactly. I know. It's such an interesting concept.
And it's such a short span of time.
It's only like 3-4 days max.
Yeah. Also the show in general. Like, such a short span of time. And it's when's Casa more? Like halfway through?
Yeah. Like usually around week 3.
Yeah. So you've known somebody for 3 weeks.
Yeah. I know.
That's crazy.
If I knew somebody for 3 weeks, we would probably have only gone on one date.
Yeah, we probably texted 2 times.
Literally.
Post Love Island, obviously you did the games, you did the After Sun. What else has being on Love Island brought?
It's been really nice because it kind of gave me, well, I used to be a production assistant. So I used to work in scripted TV and was working like 12-hour days, and you have to get like 600 days as a PA to even go to kind of like, or apply to like the next level or whatever. So I was like on that route and was going to be doing that till I was 30 pretty much. Love Island, like I got followers from it, which has been able to give me the freedom to do social media full time. So I've been really trying to like work on content creation and just like being like authentic to my audience and like building a strong like audience to continue to grow my social media and stuff. So that has been like the nicest thing, is kind of the freedom to actually be able to do what I want to do and focus on. And I also, it gave me kind of like the confidence to pursue acting a little bit more. So I've been doing a lot of acting classes, which actually has been fun. It's like, oh my God, do I have a hobby? Like, what is this? It's really fun, and improv. And it's just like a nice creative expression and to like meet new people. And I don't know. Who knows what will come from it, but...
Do you want to go into comedy or no? Doing stand-up?
I have always been so scared of stand-up. I don't know why. I think I'm just really bad at delivery. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to tell a story good. But one of my acting teachers just recommended like a stand-up class.
Yeah, I think you should.
But then I look at
Nikki Glazer. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yes!
I'm like, you and Nikki Glazer are the same.
I think it could be a fun thing to do. I'm not opposed now. And like Hannah Berner kind of made the switch from like reality TV to like doing comedy and stuff. So,
and I think your humor is kind of similar to hers. It's funny, but like a little bit vulgar, but still talks about relatable things for girls. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe next time we'll be promoting my stand-up special.
Yes, stand-up tour coming soon.
First, I should like need to learn how to take a class. I need to take a class to learn how to write a joke.
I feel like you could just like tell stories about your life, and people would find it funny.
What even is my life? That's the funny thing. Like, what?
Same.
I feel I'm funny in conversations, which is hard to like stand up and have nobody to talk to. But then also that people do well. Like, I think Matt Rife just pretty much really only does like audience interactions. Yeah. So it's like you have that option. I don't know.
If somebody is wanting to go on Love Island,
applications open. You should apply.
I know I should apply. I really want to go on. I feel like I'd be perfect because I always am in a swimsuit. So I'm like, great.
Literally, that was my biggest thing too. I was like, that's the easy part for me. Yeah. Flirting was the hard part.
That would be my hard part. I feel like I'm emotionally unavailable, but I want a relationship.
And I want to wear a swimsuit all day.
And I want to wear a swimsuit and get tan.
Yeah, it was so nice. My goal is to go back every single year. So far I have.
Wait, how far in advance do they contact you to come back on? Is it really short notice or?
For After Sun, I literally was going on a flight the next day.
So they just called you and said, you're getting on a flight tomorrow?
Because I originally was going to do it on Zoom. And so we had a Zoom set up and everything. And then they were like, actually, can you get on a plane tomorrow? And I was like,
sure.
I was like, let me move some things around. Yeah.
Let me check my schedule. Okay.
Acting like I have things going on. Like I'm really important.
If someone wanted to go on, what would your biggest piece of advice be?
It is so cliche, but be yourself. Literally, because I think so many people think they need to be a certain type of person, or like they want to be like the Leah of the season or the Liv of the season or like the Deb of the season. But like you just have to be who you are, because that's what makes you different and stand out and what will make people fall in love with you. And just go in with an open mind. My biggest regret is not exploring with other guys. Like I was really excited that a guy liked me when I was with Jesse. I was like, oh my gosh, like this could be something. Like I got so excited and I didn't really keep my options open. So I think like going into it, like have an open mind, be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Just enjoy the process of going through the casting process, because it is a process.
Is it mostly in person or Zoom?
Zoom. I think it's all Zoom now. And I would suggest, if you're filling out the application, have stories. Like have some good stories. Make yourself memorable. Just like examples of things. Because then they could be like, oh, the girl that threw up in the Uber but made out with her boyfriend after she threw up on the ride home. And then, just like random things like that. They'll be like, oh, we liked that. Yeah. But then also at the same time, be careful, because if you do get on the show, they might use some of that information like in the challenges. Oh.
Oh my gosh, some of the challenges, I'm like, I don't know about that. Like whenever they transfer the food from one mouth, like spit.
I could not do that. Actually, the food wasn't bad. We did one in Casa that was drinks.
Yes,
that
drinks.
was bad. The food was like okay. It was, except the clam chowder. Ugh.
Oh.
But the drinks were bad. They were warm and like.
And then you like get the taste of someone's
spit and
it's like
you would like taste their breath.
Oh my gosh, ew.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I don't know why they do that.
I don't know.
Nobody enjoys it.
No. And it's not attractive.
No.
Like, okay.
I guess I get the food ones. Like we did one where we would like transfer food and then we had to like run across in like a little cart and then like put it, like that one I get.
That's fine. Yeah, I think it's more so like the liquids or if you have like, chewed up food.
Yeah.
Or like Yeah.
No.
Couldn't be me. To close it out, we have Dear Dry Diaries. People submit questions anonymously, and then I have my guests help me answer them. Obviously, like what we're saying isn't Bible. I still say get a therapist if it's anything crazy, but it's just like our take on the questions, so we're gonna get into it.
Yay! It's fun.
Dear Dry Diaries, I met this amazing guy at a party and we hit it off right away. We exchanged numbers and I've been texting a lot, but every time I suggest hanging out, he's too busy. He'll still text first and flirt, so I'm confused. Do I wait it out or let it go?
Ooh.
That's hard.
That is hard. Because why is he texting first but not making plan? I feel like you could always be like...
This happens to me all the time.
No, literally same. And I'm like, this one guy literally was like, I want to take you on some dates. And I was like, you've never asked me on a date. It's not that hard. But sometimes if I actually like a guy, but I also know that there's not much to lose, I'll be like, are you going to ask me out? I'd be like, or if they say something and be like, okay, well, when are you going to ask me? Just kind of be extremely blunt and forward. But if it's somebody that you don't really think will last anyways, I would just let it go.
I would let it go. I think that the most attractive thing a guy can do is, hey, I want to take you out on Friday at 7.
Yes.
Meet me here or I'll pick you up. It's not hard to do. Or go get coffee, go on a walk. Honestly, I've been in this situation probably many of times. And I would say either, again, if you think that he is someone worth pursuing, ask him, hey, do you want to go to dinner? If he's still too busy, just let it go. You shouldn't have to beg to hang out with a guy.
Yeah,
That's just no.
Despite my better judgment, I do think they know
what to
do. So, like, does he have a girlfriend? Ew, I don't like that. I don't even want to think about that. No.
Crazy. Dear Dry Diaries, I feel like I'm at a crossroads with my friendships. Some people I've known for years don't feel aligned with who I am now, but I'm afraid to let go. How do you handle outgrowing people you once cared about so much?
Oh, that's a tough question. I feel like it's hard too, because I think you have people in your life for different phases of your life, you know? But I also don't think you need to cut them out completely just because you feel like you're at a different stage in their life. I think somebody explained it. You have shelves of your friends. You have your party friends. You have your friends that you go to no matter what. You have your like friends that you talk to every now and then, but when you talk to them, you know time has passed. So I feel like it's just part of life and growing up, and everybody's going to go on their different path, but I don't think you need to cut off unless they're being mean about it. Then that's not a friend. You should have friends that support you.
I would say it's okay also to outgrow people, but again, I don't think you need to cut them off unless they're doing something shady to you, or they have done something and you feel it's not healthy to remain friends with these people. I would just go about your life, and if they want to hang out, I wouldn't make like a conscientious effort to hang out with them all the time if you feel like you've outgrown them, because you're going to be putting yourself in a situation to backtrack on the growth you've made.
I feel like sometimes too, friends, if you are doing something you've always wanted to do and they're maybe like stuck in a job that they feel trapped in, like maybe they might feel a little bit jealous, and it's like sometimes there's resentment with that, but I feel like sometimes distance helps, sometimes a good conversation helps, or sometimes just, you know, do you see if they come back and make the effort. Phone works both ways.
Dear Dry Diaries, I hooked up with someone from my work at a party, and we agreed it was a one-time thing. But now every time I see them at work, there's tension. Then the other day, I see a woman walk in with a little girl. He gives them both hugs and a kiss. Did I hook up with a married man? I can't ask anyone at work because I'm too ashamed. What do I do?
It's his sister, duh. Like, no, it's his sister. Oh.
That's crazy.
Well, why is he not wearing his wedding ring to work?
Yeah.
That's...
Let it go. Just move on. Think about it. Obviously, I'm the biggest overthinker when it comes to a lot of things. So I would probably my mind would go on a full-on downward spiral. But
in your defense, you had no idea prior. You were doing it in good faith, you know? It's like him who's clearly the shitty person. And if he hooked up with you, you're probably not the first one.
Yeah.
Or the last one, which makes me feel bad if that is his wife. But I feel like that's something that they're going to have to figure out. Don't get involved.
Don't get involved. I
Don't
wouldn't
hook up
tell
with him
anyone.
again.
Don't hook up with them again. And just go about your business. But that is kind of hard, like, being in a work environment every day and seeing this person.
But like, does he not have a picture of his family on his desk? Does he not have a ring? Something's fishy here.
You can do better.
Maybe it's his mom.
Find someone else. Not worth it.
And you don't want to mix work with pleasure.
Yeah.
Sounds messy.
Yeah. Dear Dry Diaries, I've been friends with this guy for years, and I recently started feeling like I want something more. I'm afraid to make a move because I don't want to ruin the friendship, but I also don't want to keep wondering what if. Should I tell him how I feel?
Make the move.
Make the move.
I feel like the best relationships start with friendships.
Best friends.
When you, like, if you're ever hanging out, is it like flirty? Like maybe be a little bit more flirty. Like maybe put your hand on his leg. Like do a little more to see how he responds. And then if he's flirty back, then you could be like, listen, brother.
I feel like I wouldn't, to be honest. I'm thinking about it now in my head, and some of my best guy friends, if I caught feelings for them, would I make a move? I don't think so. I'd be too scared to ruin the friendship.
Yeah. I feel like it depends if there's always been like flirty vibes or not.
With guy friends, they're always joking with you. I don't know.
Honestly, sounds easier said than done. So in reality, I probably wouldn't do anything.
Yeah,
I would let him do something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how are you going to know if you don't try?
Right.
But then at the same time, if you're like, I have feelings for you, and he's like, what, you? And then it gets weird between the friendship.
And then it gets weird.
Like,
That's hard. I don't know.
what if you have like a friend ask him?
That's what I would do.
Like third party
Yeah.
interference.
I would have one of your good friends just, when you guys are out or something, like, be like, oh, so could you ever see yourself having something more with whoever?
And then she looks so hot. Don't you want to make out with her?
Yeah. And then see what the reaction is, and based off the reaction, then you can decide whether you want to make a move.
I think we just found the perfect solution. I think we should implement this in our own lives.
Literally. A lot of this stuff, honestly.
Literally. So much easier said than done.
So much easier said than done.
That's why don't listen to our advice, really. Take it with a huge grain of salt, because are we doing it? Probably not.
No, dating is not. That's my 2025. Every year I have a word that I focus on. So 2025 is career and dating.
I love that.
2024 was self-growth and travel.
Look at you, and you did both those things.
And I did both.
Wow, I should do that. That's a good idea.
You just focus on it and then set little goals.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Cute.
Because dating to me is so scary. One-on-one dinner with somebody that I don't know.
It's terrifying. I rarely even get off the app. Like, the messages never move off the app. Because I'm like,
Same.
Do I want to get dinner? What are we going to talk about? It's so intimidating.
We'll see you 2025.
I believe in you.
Okay, thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I loved this. It was so fun.
That's another entry of the Dry Diaries, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.